Welcome to the Late Show. I'm Stephen Colbert, and for this Halloween, I'm gonna be a tree. Well, I'm gonna have wood. I'm not gonna be a tree, but I'm gonna. Now, well, there's one story everybody's talking about. Game 1 of the World Series between the Chicago Cubs and the Cleveland Indians. Come on.
Talking about that.
What excitement one imagines, because we taped this show in the late afternoon, so I did not actually see the game. But as the host of a topical late night show, I have a moral obligation to recap the game for you. So, here goes. Ready? Here we go. Tonight, there was incredible pitching, but obviously hitting, big part of it as well. Game was a little slow at one point, then really picked up when things happened. And especially that one thing they're showing on the highlights tonight, incredible. Looks amazing. Looks amazing in slow motion, especially. And it was an exciting start to the series for the winning team from that Midwestern city that starts with the letter C. Their fans are clearly partying near the lake tonight. And, of course, the losing fans are pretty sad standing by the lake tonight. But if it's any comfort to the losing team's fans, that other city's football team really sucks. Speaking of things that are sucking, Obamacare, the government just announced that next year premiums are going up by 25%. I haven't seen Obama hike something so high since she stopped wearing mom jeans. It explains why the picture on the Obamacare website has gone from this to this. So there it is. Affordable health care will just never work for this country. Insane medical bills are as American as hot dogs, apple pie, and the $3,600 hospital bill to remove the hot dog lodged in your apple pie hole. And it's not the hole you think. And the next president clearly is going to have to come in and clean up this mess, right? You know, unless it's Trump. In which case, all health care will be replaced by a Dr. Oz episode about calf implants. Speaking of Donald Trump, I'm starting to worry about our future not president. Some weird stuff happening on stage with him. Yesterday, he held a rally in Tampa, Florida, and you might want to get the children out of the room because things got pretty steamy. There he is on stage, saying hi to the crowd, going over to hug one of his loved ones, and it's an American flag. Yes, that's right. Donald Trump just groped the American flag. You know, they let you do that if you're a star. I feel sorry for the flag. Flag had to just sit there and take it because those colors don't run. Now, this is true. I actually was watching TV last night. I saw this when it happened. And I was having a conversation with my wife, and I said, I'm sorry, you have to stop for a second. What? I had to watch it 3 times to make sure I wasn't having a stroke. Jim, can we see that magic moment again? We didn't mock that up. That is insane. He knows we salute the flag in America, right? We don't dry hump it. Or we don't. Who does that? I don't even know how to describe what he's doing. Or he's giving it a reach around. I'm not sure. This is the moment in the movie where we find out he's an alien, by the way. This might be the only time in history a flag burns itself. And how many more? 1, 2, 3. How many more? You got another one? Got one more. Okay, one more. Right. It's really surprising to see Trump go after Old Glory like that. Normally, he goes for much younger glory. But amazingly, that's not the weirdest story to come out of a Trump rally. Today, listen to what he said today in Florida.
I love the signs behind me. Blacks for Trump. I like those signs. Blacks for Trump. You watch. You watch.
Well, we did watch. And that sign right behind him is being held by a middle-aged white lady. Now, I'm sure there's an explanation. I'm sure there's an explanation. Maybe her name is Doris Black. And she's there proudly representing the Black family. Also, we can't see the back of the sign, okay? Maybe it says, Blacks for Trump. Might exist somewhere. She's just like, woo! Woo! The giant credit card or something, I'm not sure. But despite Donald Trump's appeal to America's palest African Americans, some members of the GOP are trying to distance themselves from Donald Trump. In fact, 5 Republicans are threatening lawsuits over TV ads linking them to Donald Trump. Yes, the Trump name is not what it used to be. In fact, the Trump Tower has now changed its name to Building. Building. Just a building. Doesn't matter who built me. It doesn't matter who built me. Come in here. I don't blame Republicans for being upset. Take the case of Florida Congressman and the friendliest name for a pirate, David Jolly. Aboard me boat, kiddies. We're going to Candy Island. One imagines a pirate with that name would say. Democrats couldn't find any photos tying Jolly to Trump, so they just photoshopped Trump with his arm around Jolly. That is not fair, Democrats. With Photoshops, you can make anyone seem like friends, even Hillary and Bill Clinton. And if you're gonna Photoshop someone, at least make it interesting. Make it a 3-way with Trump, Jolly, and the American flag. Jolly's cut. That guy's cut.
Yeah,
very thick.
You got the
The point is, Democrats are dragging everyone into this election, even me. Yeah, this is good, because today, we at The Late Show found out we're a WikiLeak. Yep. Yeah, I'm happy about it, too. As you know, WikiLeaks has been releasing emails from the Clinton campaign because they're committed to transparency, or however you say transparency in Russian. Transpareshnik. Да, и transpareshnik. Well, Julian Assange just pinched out another wiki dump, and it included a Clinton campaign email from last year when I had Vice President Joe Biden on my show. Team Clinton was very suspicious that Biden was going to make a major announcement. One Clinton staffer wrote, "My prediction, Biden announces his run on Stephen Colbert show. I don't think he'd take him unless he was making news." Yeah. You got me there. You got me there. Why would I talk to the Vice President of the United States unless he was making news? Otherwise, you're just stuck in a boring conversation with Joe Biden. And they were scared of Biden running. Another Clinton staffer responded, "Lord have mercy." And the Lord did have mercy on Clinton. Not only did Biden not run, but lo, God hath granted us a Trump. And